All right. The time is here. The time is now. Friday night, September 12th. Aaron, Jason here on Source from the Sofa, on the sofa. Friday night lines. I'm not sure if we'll do it every Friday night. It's at least Thursday or Friday, but it's always lines to kind of kick off the weekend because that's how we do it. You already heard Aaron's college games of the week, and now we're going to cover every game.
Rome, I just want to touch on the college games real quick. Friday night specials, 2-0. We hit both of those. Houston -4, a winner. Arizona just won outright. So 2-0 on the Friday night special, Rome, for those keeping track of the record.
I love it. We do need to keep track of the record.
College, maybe. Pro, not so much.
I believe I won last week, though, right, guys? I
think you had one more win than me and two more than Rome.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay.
I'll take.
Yeah, Jason won last week. We were all pretty close. I had some swings and a miss. I'm not mad about that. But all right, let's take it underway. Obviously, Commanders, Packers already done in the books. Jason, though, just curious, who did you have going to that game?
I probably would have reluctantly taken the Packers, just being at home, Lambeau. Wow, I mean, I'm a Bears fan. It's really hard to pick the Packers at any game, but I'll give credit where credit's due. Man, they've looked really good. They have looked really good, and defensively, Parsons
being
Aaron's
maybe fucking smirk.
I know I saw the
smirk. This guy's a cocky son of a right now.
There's no reason, not for him to have a smirk because they look really, really good. Like defensively, the addition of Micah Parsons, like maybe it's just that missing piece to a young, hungry, defense that really locked down what was considered this great offense.
They look good with him.
I was hating on the Washington offense all last year after they destroyed the Bears with that Hail Mary and then the comparisons between Jaden and Caleb Williams. But the Packers, man, they look great on both sides of the ball where things are at. They get the running game going where it's appropriately. Love really gets the ball around to every single target. I mean, Kraft was the big playmaker. I'll take that for my main fantasy league right there, looking good on the squad. So, I would have picked the Packers. I didn't think it'd be that I guess lopsided in the game, to be honest with you. But I will ask you guys a question because Rome, you said you're going to give me the Bears segment at some point. I'm not going to make this the Bears segment right now. But if Caleb Williams played like Jaden Daniels did last night, would the media attention be the exact same?
They did not play the same.
Oh no. Oh, okay. I just want to make sure. So. I want you to check the stat lines on Caleb's game on Sunday.
Your question. Maybe that answered your question.
Yeah, it did. Yeah, because we have a bias against Caleb because he paints his nails. But no, it's okay. Well, you can go whatever everyone wants to talk about.
It's so defensive. Oh my god.
I'm just saying. But no, the Packers looked amazing, man. I will say. Aaron and I, we had the Clips all over social. Aaron just writing off the Detroit Lions. Yeah, I think the Packers.
Oh, I got you guys on there. I hope you guys like that clip.
I love the clip.
I hope the audience likes it.
It's a good clip.
I personally keep watching it over and over, Rome.
So
maybe all those views are me.
It's a great clip.
With 400?
I think that's where if I'm going wrong from the preseason predictions already, like the Lions are done, the Packers are rising. The Packers probably legit Super Bowl contender right now. You're in Rome. You're way too early, like overreactions. But I mean, there's not much not to like in the first 2 weeks of the season for Green Bay.
Yeah. So, Jason, you weren't here for the earlier section that we recorded with Aaron, but I mentioned how, like Love, for instance, right? Fairly efficient game. He still got 60% of his throws, as Aaron pointed out. But he was still missing a lot of his guys in stride. And if he would have hit half of them, they could have gained so much more, and who knows what the score would have been at the end of it. Once they figure that out, and it's still a new season, and then with the addition of Parsons, they look really scary. Like it's like a pack of hyenas hunting a gazelle or something like that. It's pretty wild already, and it's only week 2. But yeah, Packers, a lot of promise there in the early season. Most definitely, Aaron might have a really good year. Who knows? Maybe that is the year 20 follows in the Brett Favre and Aaron Rodgers pantheon of winning the championship when they're turning 26. All right, you guys ready for some lines?
Yep.
All right, let's do it. Patriots Dolphins for game 1. This is Sunday, 10 a.m. We're going to start with the 10 a.m. calls. And remember, this is going on YouTube, so let's just speed through this shit. Let's get these picks to the guys. Patriots +1, Dolphins -1. Aaron, you go first.
Well, we saw what the Dolphins looked like last week. Not very good. They're at home. Jason's noted before that they play pretty good in September at home. But I'm going to take the Patriots here. Mike Vrabel, he's going to get his first win as a head coach there for the Patriots. I'm going to go with the road dog Patriots to get the victory and get to 1-1.
Nice. Jason.
As much as I don't want to do this, I think September is the time where this Miami team needs to shine. And if we've talked about Mike McDaniel being on the hottest of hot seats after a bad week one, they need a big comeback game. Probably going to be 1,000 degrees in South Florida this weekend. The Patriots didn't look as good as we thought they were going to be in week one. I think this is a kind of, I don't want to say it's a must win for the Dolphins, but they're going to really need this game if they're going to salvage any part of this season. I'll take Miami -1.
Wow. Okay. I love it. This would be a stay away game, guys. This would be a stay away game. Dolphins definitely need the victory. The Patriots did not look as sharp as I wanted to look in week one. Drake May did what he could. I think the Pats have to win this game. They have to put the Dolphins out of the misery. But I do expect it to be a fight. I don't know why, but I'm leaning the Dolphins. And I'm hating myself for it. I just feel like they might pull this victory out against the Pats. Pats start 0-2 to start the season, but my lean is Dolphins get the victory as well. Am I regretting that? I'm already regretting it.
Well, I'm notating Rome of the stayaways going forward for you, so we can just
I got right here.
just
essays.
know.
Yeah.
Okay, I'll notate it. So when Rome
I'm capping
goes,
myself at 5 max a week because you guys were right on the
over-under is 4.5.
When I heard the tape, all right, you guys were right. When I heard the tape, it was 5, and it was actually a tentative 6 actually because I had another game on there, and I was like, these son of a bitches. I was ready to throw it in your fucking face, but I couldn't. All right, because it's on the tape. It's on the YouTube channel that I had 6 day games in game.
Rome, I think we called you out as soon as you reached 5. You tried to lie, but again, film does not lie. Film does not lie.
Yeah, it does not lie, Aaron. You're absolutely right. It's Jags at the Bengals. Bengals favored by 3.5. 49 over under. By the way, the 43 over under for Patriots Dolphins, it's going to be on the under. I'm definitely taking that.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. 49 for the Jaguars Bengals. Jason, you go first.
Yeah. Again, the Bengals off to the slow start, but they were able to get the win last week versus Cleveland. I don't want to say a shockingly good defensive performance because there's a lot of things going on in that game, but this is a team that's seen as not a great defense in Cincinnati. The Jaguars, looked good-ish early before the, hour and a half, lightning delay they had down in Florida. I just still didn't see Trevor Lawrence clicking at a certain point where even versus a Carolina Panthers defense, what were we going to get? They were forcing the ball to Travis Hunter, as we talked about in the pod on Sunday night. They didn't get the ball to Brian Thomas. They did trade Tank Bigsby this week, and so now I guess they're going all in on Travis Etienne, who really has kind of been underutilized-ish to a degree, so maybe they're going to try to start feed him a little more.
He's good.
But I think you're going to find another gear in the Bengals offense this week versus Jacksonville. I'm going to take the Bengals -3.
I'm going to agree. I'm going to go with the Bengals here -3.5 as well. Jaguars, weak opponent. Carolina couldn't move the ball. Like Jason said, didn't do a whole lot. Bengals, tough divisional win on the road. Good defense Cleveland does have. For the Bengals, we know their defensive unit's not great, but when they have been good, they force turnovers. They forced turnovers in that game. I think they're going to force Jacksonville into some turnovers. I like the Bengals here to cover the 3.5 at home.
It's a clean sweep because I agree with you guys. We did not see the Bengals at full power. I think they're going to respond big in week 2. Everything you said, Jason, all valid. I just don't think it's going to happen here, especially when the Bengals are at home. Remember, the Bengals were really shaky at home last year. They're going to correct a little bit of that this year. And plus, they got to show all that money that they signed everyone to. Bengals are going to win big in this one, I think, at least by a touchdown. Yeah, Bengals all day. Browns, Ravens next game. Crazy. If you guys remember last year, the big heavy favorites did not cover. But here, Ravens 11.5 over their divisional rivals. Browns over under is 45. This is a tough one. Aaron, go ahead.
Divisional game, a lot of points to give. The Ravens looked great for about 3.5 quarters against Buffalo, dropped 40 on them, but unfortunately gave up 41. The Ravens are going to look to avoid what they did last year. They started 0-2. They lost the opener last year to KC by 1 point, then lost a tough heartbreak game that they were up double digits to the Raiders. I'm going to take the Ravens here. I just don't see the Browns being able to win. Late touchdown by Baltimore to get them the 12 to 14 point win. I'll take the Ravens 11.5.
Wow. Okay, Jason.
I'm going to go the opposite. I think the Ravens do absolutely win this game, but like Aaron said, it's a close divisional game. You saw last week Cleveland was able to stay in the game versus a Cincinnati offense that should have been much better. They do have talent in Cleveland. I think they're not a great team, but there's talent on each side of the ball there for them. I don't know if they can keep pace with scoring the points, but 11.5 is a lot. In the division game, it being the Browns generally play the Ravens pretty tough. So I'll take the Browns plus 11.5.
Yeah, 11.5 is pretty tough. I agree with you, Jason. I actually liked what I saw from the Browns. They have they have a couple guys coming back, especially their running backs. I think their wide receivers dropped some big passes that could have gotten the victory in week 1. I think it's going to be closer. It's a divisional game. I do think the Ravens win, possibly by 7, maybe 10 points. But 11.5 is just a little too much for me. I got the Browns to cover, but Ravens do win to avenge their first week loss. Giants Cowboys 44.5. Cowboys favored by 5.5. Wow. What do you guys think? Jason, go ahead.
I don't want to cop out and do the Rome stay away game right here, but man, I just don't like this number. But I've not been impressed by the Giants for a number of years now. I think you guys have continued to try to talk me into the talent the Giants have. The Cowboys shocked some people, I think, last week and what they were able to do in that opener. It's a lot of points for a close game in the division when we're really not sold on what the Cowboys can be. Defensively without Micah Parsons, offensively, what do they have from a running game? But they got a lot of Javonte Williams in the first half. I'll reluctantly take the Cowboys minus 5.5.
Oh, wow. Aaron.
I love Dallas minus 5.5 here in this game. The Giants, I don't know if, I watched Washington's defense yesterday. Green Bay had 2 90-plus yard touchdown drives, and the Giants got 6 points against those guys. Russell Wilson's washed up. This will be the last game he starts. Cowboys win, and they win big.
Okay. Surprisingly, I agree with Jason again. This is kind of weird. This would be a stay away game as well for me. I don't know what to expect. I was really impressed. I talked a big game about the Cowboys. I'm not a Cowboys guy, but I liked them in week 1, at least the way they showed up. Giants, I was kind of up on how they would respond in week 2. I don't know if Russell's washed up yet. It's going to be really interesting to see what happens. This is in Dallas, in Arlington. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't know. If the Cowboys are coached as well and as composed as well as they were last week, they're going to win some ball games this week. I barely got them covering this thing. Cowboys, maybe by a couple field goals. Who knows? That's my lean. Otherwise, I would stay away from this. Next game, Rams at the Titans. Rams here by 5.5, 41.5 over under. Aaron, go ahead.
Yeah, interesting game here. Rams did not look good offensively week 1. Titans didn't look good either. Rams traveling to Nashville here. I'm going with the Titans getting 5.5. I thought the Titans had a good chance to beat the Broncos in that opener. A lot of drop passes that I think they'll get cleaned up this week. I think if you're looking for an upset outright winner, I think the Titans can win this game outright, but I'll take them to cover 5.5.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I'm going to agree with Aaron on this one. I think the Rams, they got some talent. There's already, from what they got last week, a lot of buzz articles on them being a Super Bowl contender, and they did take the Eagles really to the breaking point in the playoffs last year, verse on the defensive side. But offensively, I just don't know kind of what's going on sometimes with Stafford and what it's gonna look like. I trust Sean McVay that they're gonna get it figured out. They always do. But I think the games are generally, when I look at the Rams games, always feel closer than they kind of should be. So that's why I'll take the Titans plus 5.5.
Aaron, you had them winning straight up?
I think the Titans can win this game straight up, but I'm not going to go out and say that they will. But 5.5, I do like that. This can be a tight ball game, like a 21-20, 21-19 type game.
Yeah. I do like the Rams to win in this one. I just think they're so much more talented. But it is a way. I don't know exactly where the geography Tennessee is. I don't know if that actually makes a difference of being just a 3-hour flight away. Is it a 3-hour flight away? Maybe 4.
Probably about 4. You're going, and then you're going all the way to the Eastern time zone.
But it's a nice afternoon game. At least you're from the West Coast. This is really tricky. I'm not sure if this would technically be a stay away from me or not. This would be like a Sunday morning call. I'm leaning. I think the Rams will win.
So what side are you on, Rome?
I think I'm just gonna take the Rams.
All right.
I'm gonna take the Rams. I think it's gonna be close, but they cover the 5.5. Next game, 46.5 over under for the Bills. 6.5 point favorites against the Jets at Meadowlands, New Jersey.
The Meadowlands.
Meadowlands.
East Rutherford, New Jersey.
Who went first last time?
I did, right?
All right, Jason, go ahead.
Tough line. If you would have asked me this before to start the season, I would have said this was an easy Buffalo -6.5 pick. But Justin Fields, Breece Hall, Garrett Wilson. I mean, it was impressive last week against your Steelers, Rome. That's a really good defense. And when you look at Buffalo last week against Lamar Jackson, you're getting another athletic quarterback in Justin Fields and be able to scramble around and potentially make some throws. Obviously not in Lamar's league, but I think there's an ability to put points up there at home. I think it's a lot of points. I'm going to take the Jets +6.5.
Wow.
I'm going to agree. I mean, Josh Allen has always kind of struggled there. They've always had tight games, 2-3 point victories when Saleh was there. If the Jets are anything like we saw in week 1, and Steelers got a good defense, they ran all over them. Derrick Henry and Lamar had a field day against this Buffalo defense. They're going to be about one of their main D tackles in this game. Their secondary is already small and short. If you're looking for another upset, I think the Jets can win this game outright. Josh Allen, I think, saves Buffalo again, but I'm going to take the Jets to cover 6.5.
Wow. So here's a couple of things. I think the Bills will cover. I think it's going to be a really close game. They really ink it out with like a game-winning drive to cover. But because the week 1 was such a high, right? That was such an intense game. That was like a game that you see like in week 17, playoff implications.
It had a playoff vibe and game feel to it.
It was such a playoff vibe in week 1. I do expect a little bit of a letdown. It's just too much of a high to get through. I know in my daily life with like when I have intense fucking shit going down, I'm pretty much dead for like a week or two after that. I'm surprised you guys are taking the Jets though. I was not.
It's a lot. It's a lot of points. It's a lot of points here.
It's a lot, dude. It's a lot. It's really tricky. I'm gonna say the Bills cover though. I'm just gonna go with it. I think the Bills cover. I do think it's definitely gonna go on the over. By the way, Rams Titans, 41.5. That's like right like at the breaking point, you know? That's like a stay away. I would not do the over under on that one. Yeah, let's go with the Jets though. I mean Bills. Next game, Bears. Jason's Bears. What a showing on Monday Night Football the week prior. Hell of first half. If they only handed out championships after one quarter, Bears would have it. Lions favored by 5.5. You guys were shitting on them last week. We got a clip on the socials and on YouTube about how you're not fans of Dan Campbell and this new staff, despite how loaded they are. 46.5 over under, just like the game prior. Aaron, you go first.
I'll keep it simple. I'll keep it sweet. That way Jason can talk. Lions win. Bears cover. Give me the Bears to cover 5.5.
Okay.
I mean, this is just an insane spread. It's a joke, right? 5.5. You know, the Lions team we saw last week, like struggling offense without Ben Johnson. Yes, okay, you're going to play jokes here, Rome. The Bears didn't look great in the first half. We haven't had a segment since the Monday night game. You know, Bears Twitter's melting down with it, but it's game. it's game one of a new era. And if you're looking at halftime, yeah, the Bears were up and feeling themselves. But also at the same time, the number one wide receiver in the league on the other side was kept silent by the Bears' third and fourth corners because the number 1 and 2 corners were out for the game. Also a linebacker.
Forgot. That was on your text message threads. Yeah.
Right. So
we'll
just overlook some of that stuff going on in the game. Did the Bears offense?
Bears Twitter was saying the same things. By the way, everything you said in your little text messages is on threads. It was on X.
That's fine because it was facts, Rome. There was just facts coming out when you're going to the game. How did Justin Jefferson not have a better first half? All right, it was bound to bust over the second half. Now there was mistakes in the game. I'll give Ben Johnson this accountability. We talk about the kick at the end of the game, wasting time on the clock there, and some of the other decisions that were made. I didn't really like going for on fourth down early in the first half and not taking the 3 points on the board. Those come back to bite you back to bite you. And Caleb missed some throws, and then there's overreaction on like where Caleb's at. Yes, he did miss some throws. He also threw hell of a dime down the sideline to Roma Dunze on the run.
That was nice. Okay.
So him is just going to be about consistency, and I'm talking about Caleb specifically. There are some things in the offense I didn't like. He never looked comfortable the entire game. He was always moving around, always running. The offensive line they paid all this money for, 2 of those guys were just standing there not blocking anyone, waiting for somebody to come right into Caleb. So there's some things to clean up. However, going into game 2, this game for Ben Johnson, this is personal, all right? So I think it's an easy cover for me, 5.5, and they're going to win this game too. This is your upset right here.
I like it.
Wow. All right. This is Jason's upset of the week. So Bears win outright, right?
Yeah, but I'll take the 5.5 if you're gonna give me that too. Yeah, you're just gonna give me 5.5 points. I'll take that.
All right. I'm in agreement with Aaron. Actually, I think the Lions take the W, but Bears cover. I think it's gonna be probably a game-winning drive or touchdown here. Goff showing that he's worth whatever that money that he's making. They win by, it could be 4 points, it could be 6 points. I'm leaning on the Bears covering. I think from what I saw, Jaeson, the Bears offense looked really good. Caleb Williams missed a lot of big plays, but still kept the chains moving along. I think once his processing gets a little bit faster, things change. I think Ben Johnson, based on what I saw, man, it's going to be a really fun season for the Bears. So I do think they're going to correct some of those mistakes and be a little more competitive and stay a little bit longer in this one. But unfortunately, the Lions have to win this game. The Bears, I don't think they have to win this game.
They have to win for Rome, because if not, they
have to fucking win this game.
He might as well just get out of the bet now with the steak dinner. But Rome, I'll touch on. Caleb did miss some throws, but when he gets to Brian Flores' defense, you get a lot of pressure. You get a lot of pressure and a lot of different looks. He's going to get a very vanilla man-to-man defense from Detroit. I think it's going to simplify things for him a lot. And agree with Jason. The Bears are primed for getting an upset win here. 5.5, that line's a joke to me based on what we saw by Detroit. I think Detroit wins late by their defense. Aiden Hutchinson getting a strip sack or something on Caleb. That's going to be the difference, but it's going to be a tight game.
Yeah. That might be the game of the week, actually, for me. We'll see. All right. I think we got 2 more morning games. Seahawks at the Steelers. Steelers here by 3 points, over under 40 points. Jason, go ahead.
Yeah, Rome, you already brought up the West Coast to East Coast thing in this game. I think the Seahawks are always, on kind of watch when they're going through some of these time zones. Aaron Rodgers looked better than I expected, I'll be honest, in week 1. I think there was a little...
looked great, yeah.
I think maybe in the last 5 years, I don't know. I don't want to go, year by year, but like he looked a little more, agile in the pocket, able to, move his feet a little bit. He obviously wasn't doing the scrambling when he was in his prime, but he looked
best he's looked in 3-4 years. Most definitely.
Yeah. So I think it's there. The arms never left him. It's just been more about, can he move around in the pocket, avoid some pressure? Exactly. Rome's making the moves on camera, getting that done. But and he found DK Metcalf and a few other things. The running game surprised me too, because you didn't see rookie Caleb Johnson in there. And they were mixing in, was it, I forgot who they were mixing in there, but it was some interesting stuff. But the Seahawks, I don't know. There still seems to be a transition going. You're switching quarterbacks in year 2 of a coach. Don't know what you're getting out of the quarterback position quite yet. Running back Kenneth Walker, he had a breakout year a couple years ago, really quiet in the playmaking stuff. Looks like Charbonnet's taking some carries from him. I like the Steelers -3 in this.
Okay. Aaron.
Yeah, I like the Steelers -3 as well. Steelers defense plays with a lot of pride. They were embarrassed last week. I think Tomlin and those guys are going to be fired up. They're getting an offense that isn't clicking, still developing, doesn't really have a lot of playmakers and a lot of speed. Seattle could be in trouble here. They're going to be about one of their corners as well. I know Porter Jr.'s out for the Steelers, but they got depth. They got on that defensive side of the ball. And Aaron Rodgers, like you guys said, he looked great. He said he was dealing with back spasms and back tightness, that he'll even look better this week. I believe it. I like the Steelers -3. I like them to win by at least a touchdown here.
Nice. It's gonna be a clean sweep for the Steelers here from you. I'm not gonna go against my Steelers this year, just to be brutally honest. I know our tagline on our pod is unbiased opinions, and I'm telling you, I'm gonna be biased as fuck on every fucking pick this year for the Steelers. The Steelers always lay an egg though early in the season against a close team, a close competitive team like this. I think the Seahawks can win this one. Um, I think the Seahawks showed a lot of fight against the 49ers. I think they're itching for a win. And if there's a game that the Steelers might drop, I don't know. I'm just getting like weird vibes from this one. Only 3 points. It's basically a pick 'em to me. 40 points, the over under. It's going to be kind of close just because of Aaron Rodgers, DJ Metcalf, Freiermuth. They got their tight ends. Their fresh running backs. I think it's going to go over at least though. So I got the over 40, but Steelers win. But if there's a potential upset, I think this might be it. I wouldn't be surprised if the Steelers was, to be honest with you.
So you got Pittsburgh -3 then?
Yeah.
All right. Rome, I just want to do a quick check right now. We're give or take about halfway through this. You only got 2 stayaways from my record keeping right now.
That's correct.
Okay, just want to make sure. We got Dallas as a stayaway and Miami as a stayaway. Just want to make sure.
Yep.
Rome gets 5 stayaways for the audience this year. Doesn't want to come out too hard one way or the other and put his neck out on the line. So we just want to make sure Rome gets his 5 stayaways.
By the way, I do like to come hard, all right? Never mind there. I forget it.
You were talking soft hard earlier, Rome, so.
Last morning game, 49ers and Saints. Brock Purdy is out for 2 to 5 weeks with a turf toe. Everybody is out on the 49ers. I fucking picked them to make a deep playoff run, and this is how they return the favor because they're going to be healthier this year, and everything's falling flat on my face. Maybe my friend Will and his wife, who have been season ticket holders for 30 years, know more than me about about the 49ers because they said 7 wins max. And I'm starting to believe them even after week 1 because I was not impressed by the win against the Seahawks. I know other people were. I know everyone liked that game-winning drive by Purdy.
Purdy got lucky, man. That was so goddamn lucky.
Now you got big, bad Mac Jones starting. And although I did like him in that first initial year with the Patriots, he looked like doggy doo-doo. And it is against the Saints, though. But the Saints were still pretty competitive against a tough Arizona team. Home again, 40.5 over under. Aaron, you go first.
There's a lot of questions going in this game. I mean, who is even suiting up for the 49ers? We know Brock Purdy's out. We know George Kittle is out. Juwan Jennings is probably questionable at best with the shoulder. If he plays, does he make it through the game? Trent Williams,
I think he's playing.
One of the best tackles in the game, is banged up. I can't believe I'm going to say it, but I'm going to take the Saints +3. They're healthier. They're at home.
God.
The 49ers just cut their kicker. And this is a class.
Moody is gone. You're right.
Moody is
Bears
gone.
bend him.
Yeah, to the practice squad. So
That's not a good sign.
He's a Michigan guy, so he'll be all right out in that area.
All right.
I'm going to go the Saints here +3. Brandon Staley, defensive coordinator for the Saints. He was part of that staff last year of the 49ers. Kellen Moore. They showed some life against an Arizona team that I think is as good, if not better, than the 49ers, at least from a health standpoint. Personnel, if they got active. I'm going to take the Saints +3. Wouldn't be surprised if they win this game and get Kellen Moore's first NFL head coach victory.
Wow. Jaeson.
The Saints are still a bad team, man. And the Niners won last week. You're freaking out about everything. The Niners won last week. They're 1-0. But what we didn't see last week, didn't see a lot of Brian Robinson in the running game. Obviously, McCaffrey was still getting reps out there. Give Shanahan his due for being creative offensively. What can he's able to do things with replaceable running backs for the past half decade right now. He's got obviously a great running back in McCaffrey, really good running back in Robinson. Pearsall had himself a pretty good game last week on the outside. And Mac Jones, I'm not going to say he's going to come out and like the word on fire, but hey, he's a serviceable backup. He started in this league. I think he can play within the Shanahan offense. I think they could do enough to win this game, and they do enough to cover as well.
Jason, you pumped me up, man. Because I was going to lean towards Aaron actually on this one. I actually had this marked as a stay away game for me. I'm a little nervous. I think the Saints are good enough to win 3 or 4 games. This looks like one of those games that they can do it. This is upset alert for me. I think Aaron's absolutely right. They can actually steal this game away. But thank you for talking me back to my senses. I will take the 49ers reluctantly. You're right. They got a lot of weapons still. And, Mac Jones, right? It's Mac Jones. I think he'll do good. How bad can it be? 49ers for the last morning game. All right. How you guys feeling?
Good. I'm feeling good.
Awesome. Let's do afternoon games. 1:05 Pacific time. Panthers at the Cardinals. Cardinals favorite by 7 points, over under 44. Jason, who do you got?
Man, this one's tough to look at. I'd almost say I'm not going to cop out in a stay away game on this, Rome. The Panthers did not look good against an average Jacksonville team. They kept it close though. Shit. Arizona, they got the different weapons, and there's different things offensively they can go to. It's just a lot of points, but I'm still going to go with Arizona in this -7.
Yeah, I mean, Carolina, where they scored 10 points against the Jags last week. Arizona got that tough win, held on to beat the Saints. Arizona traditionally early in the year at home has put up some big numbers. We saw last year early, they put up 40 on the Rams. They play good at home. I'm going to go with the Cardinals here too to cover the 7. Panthers right now offensively are still trying to figure things out. They're one of those teams that, we could be looking back once we get to week 12 to finish the season like last year. They kind of do better. But I see nothing here for me to say Carolina can even win this game. I'll go Cardinals -7.
Yeah. Panthers not look good. Cardinals, I think to give them 7, I would imagine that this would have been more like a 4.5, 5 point spread here. This would be a stay away for me, just because I don't know enough from either one. What version of Kyler Murray comes out on this one? Does he perform better than last week? Does he get his receivers involved? Does James get more involved? I know they got a new running back as well to kind of supplement those carries. Do they get that thing running? I do expect the Panthers to show a better showing than last week. For some reason, I'm just getting some weird, from what I've read online, unfortunately. I think this might be a potential upset here. But this is a complete stay away. Stay away for all your might. I think the Cardinals still win the game. That's what I'm leaning towards. But this is upset alert on my list.
So you're taking the Cardinals or Panthers +7 then?
Kind of afraid to do it.
We might as well.
7's a lot, dude.
It is a lot.
7's a lot.
I mean, I thought it would be more like 5 too, but Panthers looked bad. Even in the delay, they didn't look good.
Yeah. How good is the Cardinals' defense?
It's solid.
It's up there, huh?
It's middle of the pack, maybe.
Just make a pick, Rome. We know you're staying away.
I think Panthers cover. My gut feeling. All right. Broncos, Colts. Pick 'em. 43.5. Jason.
This is a me or this is an Aaron?
Aaron, go ahead.
I feel this is Aaron has to do this game. I don't know who Aaron's going to choose. This is like which child do you love more?
Oh,
this is Steichen versus Peyton. This is the Aaron
This is why
Bowl
you don't
right
like so many
here.
teams, dude. This is the Aaron Bowl,
and it's
the Aaron Toller Bowl. I like that.
Of all things,
I like that.
They can't even throw me a couple points either way. I mean, I flip-flop back and forth on this game so many times.
When was the last time Daniel Jones has had 2 games back-to-back solid? 3 years?
He's going to do it this Sunday, Rome. I'm taking the
Wow.
Colts. I'm taking the Colts. I like this Broncos defense. I think they're going to bring a lot of pressure, but I think Shane Steichen's just going to have a few little tricks up his sleeve. Daniel Jones and the Colts find a way to beat the Broncos. I think Nick's in the sophomore slump jinx carries over into this game. He did not look good last time. This Colts defense is aggressive. They can force turnovers. Nick's and the Broncos gave up 4 last week. I think he comes back to bite him again. Daniel Jones plays a pretty clean game. Colts win it 26-24.
Wow. Okay. By the way, I totally forgot. I have Arizona's defense on my fantasy football team.
Then why are you asking us how good they are?
Yeah, I forgot. I might have to switch back because I really needed them to fucking win. I lost by 2.5 points last week. I'm really pissed off about that.
Well, Rome, I mean, they could still lose 3-0, 2-0. I mean, there's different ways to still put up a great game.
I lost by 2.5 points, dude. That's why I don't play fucking fantasy football anymore. I'm so pissed. I just feel like throwing the fucking table over the goddamn room. You know? That baseball league, if I was in it, I'd be so pissed. I'd be pissed.
Rome, I think if you were in that league, you would have gotten over being pissed months ago because you would have been at the bottom, so you wouldn't have to worry about it.
No chance.
Aaron did the smart thing and just moved on to next season, where I was like grasping up for hope until 2 weeks ago, and then just
I haven't stressed in that league since like May. I've just been relaxing with stocking players.
When it started.
Aaron basically was doing a rebuilding year this year in the old fantasy baseball league. He was, I don't want to call it tanking, but it was close to it.
That's wild. We got to do a documentary in your guys' league. Sorry, Colts. Jaeson, go ahead.
Yeah, I'm going to take Denver. I think, man, that was a terrible sentence. Denver didn't look great offensively last year. I was expecting Bo Nix to be a lot better to start year 2. Didn't get, I think, everything from the running game. I was very surprised in the J.K. Dobbins allocation of carries versus, who's the rookie they got, Aaron? R.J. Davis?
Harvey.
So I was a little bit surprised there, but just overall, the Bo Nix, like taking that step this year. He was seen as the most pro-ready of this great draft class last year. Did really well, but I think we all talked about maybe he's the second best rookie year behind Jaden last year from that crop of quarterbacks. I expect him to step up in this game, and I'll take Denver in a close one.
Okay, I got the Colts. I just like them. They're at home. If they were in Denver, I would pick Broncos.
If they were in Denver, Broncos would be favored probably by 3.5 points.
Yeah, just because it's in Indianapolis. I don't know. I got enough faith in the Colts to pull this off. I think the 43.5 is a little low. I think that it should probably be set at like 48. I think it's gonna be a shootout. I think both offenses are gonna come out. I'm kind of struggling whether to put Bo Nix on my fantasy starting lineup or not, but I put Herbert in for now.
Don't put Bo Nix in.
I have a little more trust in him. And Colts, although not like the best defense, they're not getting the biggest accolades. They're dangerous. They've had a couple of rookies in there from last year returning for their sophomore year. Lights out linebackers. The safeties are dangerous at times. They bend, but they don't break. So I got the over, and I got the Colts winning this. Don't know how close it'll be. This might be another stay away game for me, to be honest with you. But at least I would have the over on that.
Yeah, right. Back on this game, Rome. It's interesting because you talked about the Colts. I like the hire by Steichen and bringing in Lou Anarumo. He was the hottest coach. Should have a couple years ago. Was supposed to get a head coaching gig.
Yeah.
One thing he does, he can cause chaos and he causes turnovers. The Colts did that against Tua in week 1.
I just like their schemes, man.
Yeah, I thought Nick was sloppy. Really well. He was sloppy. I think it carries over in this game, and Daniel Jones and those guys just do enough to win. But I'm happy with either team wins here. I'm just looking for a great game, and I think we're going to get it.
Eagles, Chiefs.
I'm sorry, Rome. Your official pick, but stay away on this?
I think Rome's up to 5 stay away because he's gone like 3 straight, it sounds like.
I'm at 5. Yeah, Colts.
Colts. All right, so Colts in the final stay away. So Rome's staying away from his Miami pick, his Dallas pick, his Niners pick, his Carolina pick.
It's not a fucking SportsCenter ticker here.
I'm just trying to make sure we're holding you honest and trying to say that Aaron's lying to you or
I'm
whatever.
I'm an honest broker, baby.
Got you. Until you looked at the tape and then you weren't as honest.
I'm not like changing picks last minute here.
Okay. All right. We're good. Well, now you got 4 left. You got to pick. So
I see
accountability,
one more
Rum.
stay away from me. I still see one
Nope.
more stay away.
Nope.
My goal is to just have 10 picks every week. 1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't even think you're gonna get to that, Rome. That's the stay away
Shit.
rate you're at.
You're right. Actually, I gotta. Yeah, the ultimate goal was doing. So what I wanted to do is like 10 picks. All of us. First one to 100 wins at the end of the year. All right, you guys are distracting me. Eagles Chiefs last afternoon game. Eagles favored by 1 on the road against the Chiefs. 47 over under. That's kind of tricky. Jaeson, go ahead.
I'm a little surprised in how close this spread is. The Chiefs overall, offensively have just been getting enough for the past maybe year and a half, 2 years or whatever it might have been. And the Eagles, best team in the NFC. It's been for a season and a half now as well. I'm going to take the Eagles -1.
Easy. Aaron.
Yeah, I mean the Chiefs. How are they going to generate enough offense? I mean, they didn't even get any offense going in the first 3 quarters against the Eagles in the Super Bowl. A little bit different personnel in the secondary, but Xavier Worthy's out. Rice is, suspended. Eagles just have too many weapons. I think A.J. Brown's going to get involved in this game. And when it looks like the secondary, which was a strength during those Super Bowl runs for the Chiefs, isn't really anymore. The Chargers and Herbert ate them up last week. I think Jalen Hurts has a big game through the air. I agree with Jaeson. I like the Eagles -1.
Yeah. Clean sweep. Honestly, this would be another stay away for me if I was a betting man. Just because I'm still kind of afraid of betting against Andy Reid. They are at home finally, coming back from Brazil. They looked good in the fourth quarter of that game, at least, like the fight back. Like that's what like kind of fucks up all these stats, right? They always like stat pad whatever at the end of these games. Eagles, when I was looking back, they lost quite a bit of free agents to other teams as you win a Super Bowl, right? There's like a lot of turnover. I think the Eagles should be really concerned with this game. I think the Chiefs have a chance to win this one and be pretty close. At typical, the ref gives some bullshit holding penalty against the Eagles to give the Chiefs a chance, and their kicker to kick a game-winning field goal. It makes me a little nervous. I'm going to go with the Eagles, but I'll be watching this game very tentatively. The 47 though, that's really tricky. This could either be a shootout or a very ugly game. What do you guys think?
I think it's gonna be an ugly game.
Yeah,
I would lean towards under.
yeah, cool. Nighttime games. We're almost there, guys. Falcons, Vikings. Vikings favored by 3.5. Over under 45.5. Aaron, go ahead.
Interesting line. This line's been going down. I think it was about 4.5, 5 early in the week. I'm gonna go with the Falcons. I mean, J.J. McCarthy did not look good for the first 3 quarters. He made some nice throws there in the fourth and got that comeback win. But as Jaeson noted, Caleb was inconsistent making throws. I think Penix does make those throws, and the Falcons keep it close. I like the Falcons to cover 3.5 and maybe even go in and win outright in Minnesota.
Yep, completely agree with Aaron. I can't talk too much crap because the Vikings did win that game, but overall they didn't look impressive. I think McCarthy got some good throws in there, but didn't look good at all throughout the first half of the game. Still a lot of opportunity out there. And he was playing it against a Bears secondary that was missing its 2 top corners. The Falcons defense is pretty good. And offensively, the Falcons, I think Panic's really finding something. I actually saw him complete passes to Kyle Pitts this last week, which was, me as the big Kyle Pitts truther. He's going to find him eventually, and that was good. And then what do we get from Bijan? You mentioned the Flores defense, a little bit worried there for what you can stop up front, but I think giving the Falcons this many points, I like that for Atlanta.
So you guys got the Falcons winning?
Yes.
Cover, for sure cover. I like the Falcons to cover here.
For sure cover. Jaeson, you got them winning or covering? Or both? Well, obviously.
I got them covering. I will say I'm not going to be surprised if they win the game. I think the Vikings, because as Aaron talked about the defensive aspect of Flores, he can keep it close enough. But I think there's some playmakers on that Atlanta offense, and I don't think the trick happens 2 weeks in a row for Minnesota. I still think they are probably the worst team in the NFC North. But
Yeah.
what do I?
Yeah, what worries me is we talked about the Flores defense and the blitzes. where Caleb Williams was very mobile and able to get outside the pocket and run for those, Penix isn't going to be able to get those first downs. So for the key first for Atlanta, can they hold up? But the run game and the pass game at this point in time is just better for Atlanta than it is for the Bears. It just is. So I think that would be the difference here in them covering here 3.5. Feels like It feels like a 3-point win either way.
No, you're absolutely right. I think the Falcons will show up, but it is at home. Vikings play really well at home. J.J. McCarthy, man, the Chicago kid, the new savior of Minnesota, the leader of men, showed up, national champion, Michigan Wolverine. He looked really phenomenal in that fourth quarter. I am buying stock. And I'm all in on JJ.
Rome, that's a bigger overreaction than me and Jason fucking burying Detroit.
No,
that's not even close. It's not even close.
I am buying stock on the Vikings. No way the Falcons overperform against a very talented. But by the way, it's the Vikings. We all forgot how talented they are. They still got Flores as their defensive coordinator. They have a hell of a head coach, and they have a hell of a game plan. And they're going to let Jefferson loose in this one, not like holding him back until the fourth quarter. This guy's breaking away for 150 yards plus in this game, and they're going to win big. This is going over. This is going to be a shootout, 33-37. Vikings barely cover. I got the Vikings. You made us smirk, Aaron.
That's a lot of points, 33-37, for a total that I'm looking at 44.5.
All right, bring it down a little bit. All right, I totally forgot.
Maybe 27-23. But
yeah,
I think you're
sure.
JJ McCarthy. The guy made. I'll say this: he made 3 plays in that game. It was enough to get him the victory. You know, Jason sent on the text message thread a lot of bad calls that kept drives alive that led to Vikings points.
It wasn't a lot of bad calls.
It was terrible.
Terrible calls, man.
Get out of here,
terrible.
Guys.
That holding call.
It wasn't even the worst calls I've seen in the NFL. It's like
it was the worst calls I saw in week 1.
That was the worst. That was the worst holding call I've ever seen.
It's up there. It's up there.
Have you seen a Kansas City Chiefs game? That's fun.
Yeah, all but right. this is a non-penalty, overall. Like the Chiefs get like penalty that should be penalties, but no, this is a non-penalty. And then the pass interference penalty where the guy tripped.
I'll give you that one.
Yes, and that would have set up 4th down. Instead, that led to points by the Vikings because it automatic 1st down.
Both of those 2 penalties took points off the board.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a different game. Game-changing, terrible penalty calls.
Yeah.
All right. I got the Vikings winning though, so who gives a shit? Bucks, Texans. Texans favored by 2.5. Over/under is 42.5. Jason, who do you got? Anti-Vikings fan.
That's right. Just because I was in Minnesota, and then I got to hear from my friends that live in California that are Vikings fans talking their mess and everything. So no, it's all right. No, Tampa Bay, Houston, Aaron. I don't get this spread. I like this Buccaneers team. The Texans, they can't protect the quarterback at all. Like, is this the offensive line that Carr had when they were an expansion team, like in 2001, whatever it was?
Dude.
Like, I don't get it. They have fallen very quickly from a team that you guys anointed going to the Super Bowl last year. Give me the Bucs with the points, 2.5.
Yeah, I mean, I've gone back and forth with this line. It doesn't make a lot of sense. We watched the Texans. They didn't play good in week 1. The only reason why I'm going with the Texans this week is because C.J. Stroud, a guy that's pretty quiet, called the team out in the media and said they were lackluster, just, going through the motions, basically challenging them this week. I think they're going to be motivated. They're at home. Their defense can step up. I think it's a low-scoring game. But I'll take the Texans here 2.5. I feel like they're going to find to cover. Tristan Wirfs, I don't know if he's going to play. If he does play, that's big for Tampa as the blindside tackle there for Baker. But Texans I worry about them, but I think they're gonna respond this week after C.J. Stroud called them out.
Yeah, this is a tough one. I'd be tempted to pick a stay away on this one as well. I think that would give me 7 for the week. But I think the 42.5 over/under is really enticing. there. I think they barely edge out just because both quarterbacks are pretty elite. And I think at least Baker Mayfield, if he's down late in the game, he's going to be airing it out and trying to get some points. I don't see the Texans losing their first 2 games of the year. They're a really talented squad, despite all the holes. Bucks, they're a really good team. Mayfield, big fan of his, but they don't always show up to all these games. I got Texans narrowly edging this one out as well. Wouldn't be surprised though if it goes either way. Rooting for the Bucks.
I honestly I think the Bucks should win this game, but
Yeah.
like I said, I think the Texans already. When your quarterback calls you out week 1 for basically saying, "Hey, like you guys we just went through the motions. We had a shitty week of practice." I think they're going to have a good week of practice, and it's going to show. If anything, I think a first half bet on the Texans is a good bet, but we'll see how it goes. I agree with Jason. I like this Tampa team. I got them going to the Super Bowl, so
Yeah. It's really enticing though, because like 2.5 points, like I kind of want to pick the Bucks with the points because I think it's gonna be close, but it's 2.5. It's not enough actually.
you could go either way this game.
Yeah, it's a pick 'em. All right, last game we have. Wait, I thought there was 2 Monday night games this week.
That's it. This is the 2 Monday night games.
Oh shit, I can't read. All right, 2 Monday night games. The second Monday night game is Chargers and Raiders. Chargers here by 3.5, over under 46.5. By the way, we are going by the lines given by Circa Sportsbook. Aaron is involved with a bunch of contests over there.
Or a number of contests, man.
We were there for the whole launch of this year's stuff. And by the way, your guy, your little bookie guy, was a guest on someone else's podcast. I've been asking to get him as a guest on this podcast, and he's on the Sports Betting Queens podcast.
She's got a bigger audience, bigger reach right now, Rome.
She has great content online. I got to give her that. We don't have any of those assets. I can't wait to bring on the girl for the F1 pod.
You're thinking outside the box, Rome.
I'm thinking outside the box. I'm thinking outside the box, dude. All right, Chargers, Raiders, Jaeson. Who do you got?
Yeah, just really like this Chargers team. When you look at it from a Harbaugh perspective, coaching, discipline, tight games. Didn't see a ton from Lad McConkey in week 1. I really expect him to have a big step up in year 2. I think you're going to see more from him, but I like the Chargers in this one.
Agree. I mean, this is Harbaugh, Pete Carroll. They've got a long history, both in college and then in NFL. Chargers are the better team here. I don't even know if Brock Bowers is going to play. He hasn't practiced all week. He's got a knee.
Oh, really?
Geno Smith, they look pretty good. I think he threw over 350 yards against the Patriots. I like this Raiders team. I think they keep it close and competitive, but I think it's a late turnover pick by the Chargers, and they'll cover. I'll take the Chargers to win 20.
So you have the Chargers covering?
Yeah, I like the Chargers to cover.
Jason, you have the Chargers covering?
I do.
Yeah. I'm going to lean on the Raiders covering the 3.5. I think a half point it's where it's at. I think the Chargers win by 3 points. I think it's pretty tough. I think Geno, everything that they got going on, they're going to do enough to make it a tight game. I love the Chargers. I got them going deep this year. Very, very deep. I'm a big Harbaugh guy, even though he may or may not have cheated in college football. Yeah, I'll go with the Raiders. That'll be my wild pick to cover on that one. 6.5. That's a tough one. I think that's going to be under. If I was doing a side bet on that one, I might lean on the under on that one. All right. That's it. Any final comments for week 2?
Rome, we talked about it. Everyone's got to give their pick of the week as this 3-leg parlay for our audience. So who do you got? Who's your lock of the week?
My lock of the week. Jesus.
I mean, you had 7 stay away games, so you're down to like 5 games total anyways now.
That is true. This is a tough week. Lock of the week. I would go with the Browns. I mean, the Ravens. I had them winning that one.
Well, this is against the spread, Rome. This is against the spread. I think you took the Browns plus 11.5, if I remember correctly.
He did.
Did I?
Yep.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I wrote Ravens win, but I didn't write.
Yeah,
Browns.
this is a spread.
Oh, so like this lock of the week's for the spread?
Yes, not a double digit minus 800 money line play.
I don't do those plays. I know you guys are talking about that like all the time. That's why I don't do those big plays. It doesn't make sense to bet on those things.
Yeah, you only put those in
You
parlays,
guys,
like 5,
yeah,
6 game parlay,
yeah.
and even
You
those are
guys
tough
kept
to
on,
win.
yeah. You guys kept on mentioning that. I was like, dude, I've never even talked about that stuff. Is that Corona era? I don't have a lock of the week this week. There's no locks, dude. There's no locks. These are all. When you look down at it, week 2 is a pick'em week. Every game is a pick'em. There is no locks this week. I would not. I would stay away from this whole fucking week. To be honest with you, just stay away from it. This is a pick'em.
Sage betting advice: just don't gamble.
Yeah.
You'll be
Call
better. You'll be better
1-800
off.
Gambler this week.
Yeah, not
Yep.
this week.
Not this
These
week. Don't
games
gamble.
are too risky, man. I'm like looking at all these things and like how many stayaways. I'm like,
You don't
yeah.
even have an over-under you like, Rome? I mean, I guess you should say over 44.5 since you had that game going to 70, your initial total on it, 37-33.
Dude, there's like a handful of over-unders. Like,
Well, you can give whatever one you want. This doesn't count against her.
so like Patriots Dolphins, I would definitely bet on that under.
All right, so
43.5.
that's
It's
your
not
lock of the
happening.
week. Is that your lock of the week?
Jaguars, Bengals, that is going over. Guaranteed. Bengals are going to show out. At least they're going to get 35 points.
All right,
Jaguars should smuggle. If your guy is anything that you guys have said he was, outside of a piece of dog shit, he should score at least 21 points. That's going to go over. I think I said over on the Bills game, right? Bills, Jets. Okay.
All right, so
Jets
which
look
one?
pretty decent.
All right, so I guess Rome's lock
That's
is
my 3-pack. I got the
I just need
Bengals
one game, Rome.
over.
Just one game. Just one. What's your best one? Is it? I guess Bengals Jaguars over 49.
I don't really trust him on that one. I'll do Bills over 46.5.
Okay.
That's my guaranteed lock of the week.
All right. What do you got, Jason?
God damn.
It's going to be my lock of the week, but also going to be my homer pick of the week. Bears plus 5.5.
Okay, I will go with. I'll go Steelers -3. So that's the 3-leg parlay. Steelers -3, Bears plus 5.5, Jets Bills over 46.5 for the audience.
Wow. I like that. Should we put that on the socials?
Yeah, why not? Sources from the sofa, 3-leg parlay of the week.
Why not?
We'll have one every week for you if we could get Rome to actually give a pick and not a stay away.
I like how it started. We try to get him to pick every game. He's like, no. Like, I just need 5 stayaways because it's stay away. But we said a lock of the week. It's like, just don't gamble. It's really, I don't know why you listened to the last hour of content. Just keep your money at home. Put it in a savings account. Something, maybe a CD, some bonds.
This is a tough week too, man. This is the toughest week I've seen in a long time.
Basically, our NFL segment is built on gambling and lines, and yet our gambling host says, don't even bet this week.
Yeah, this whole week's to stay away. All right, that'll do it. We'll post. I don't know what we're posting actually for this. I think this is just going on YouTube, and we'll find some
Rome,
clips.
you handle all the posts. Me and Jason just show up and look good. That's it. That's the contract as it is.
It's not a contract. We should talk about that.
Don't be pulling a Balmer on me now and trying to circumvent this thing any different than what it is.
Oh yeah. All right, that'll do it. That's our week 2 picks for NFL. It should be pretty exciting. We will recap Sunday or Monday night, I assume, here on Sources on the Sofa. Be on the lookout. We will have college picks as well coming out on YouTube and on the socials, and Aaron's games of the week. Be on the lookout for that.
Quickly, Rome, before we go, I know we talked about it off the air. Who do you got?
Right,
Who do you got tomorrow night? You got Canelo, you got Crawford. Who do you got?
I got Canelo.
Who do you got, Jason?
Crawford.
I'm going Crawford too.
Nice. By the way, I do have a updated power rankings. I forgot to post up. That's gonna go.
Save those for after week 2, Rome. I'll be curious.
Well, there was some change. Not so much at the top of the order. Eagles, Bills, and Ravens stayed 1, 2, and 3. I didn't see any reason to change much after that. But after that, though, I did move the Packers up to number 4. They were previously ranked 6. At 5 was the Chiefs. They dropped down to 7. Now we have the Commanders. This was before the Monday night game or the Thursday night game. I did have them at 5, the Commanders. 6, I had the Chargers, followed by Chiefs. Then the Lions dropped from number 4 to number 8. I have no reason to drop them out of the top 8 yet. That's all to be determined. I'm giving them a lot of respect despite the week 1 showing. I thought dropping a team more than 4, it's pretty tough for me. I think that's a lot. The top 8.
I'm not a big fan of that top 8, Rome. Just gonna say it
Not
right
a
now.
fan.
No.
Who would you put in it?
Well, I get the Lions out of there. I get the Chiefs out of there. You can't have 0-1 teams in there over some 1-0 teams.
Just week 1.
So that's what I'm saying. We're not. It's week 1.
Who am I supposed to put over the Chargers or the Chiefs in?
I would put Tampa Bay.
Not yet. It wasn't a good enough win.
Divisional win at Atlanta. That's a tough win. I would put the Steelers definitely over Detroit, and I think you have to have the Rams over Detroit too. That's a no-brainer for me.
Not yet.
And
Fair.
if all goes right, you'll have to have the Bears for sure over them after this weekend.
Yeah. No, Detroit has to win this week. 100%.
I don't know. We start.
Right.
We're gonna pick the steakhouse. Rome's gonna be taking you to, Aaron, at some point here.
Ooh.
We're gonna start thinking where that's at.
Yeah, that's a good idea. I mean, I can hear it sizzling right now in the background.
Yeah.
Drinks being poured. It
If
always
you lose
it always tastes better when someone else buys. I don't know why that is,
If
but it
you
always
lose
does.
that bet, though, Aaron, I want to go to Miller and Lux with my friend Chef Tyler Florence, manning the steak above Chase Center, and Draymond Green's on our right side, other Golden State Warriors on our left side. I'm just bragging how I won the bet, how Detroit Lions are still a team to beat. That's how it's going to be.
Well, are you gonna do that when you lose and then take Aaron there, and it's the same
yeah,
thing?
I mean, it all sounds pretty good.
Fly your ass up here, man. I'll take that prime rib place.
Yeah, you still owe me prime rib. You still owe me that for another bet I already won. House of prime rib.
What bet?
That's how long ago it was. I don't
Get the
remember,
fuck
but you
outta
owe me.
here. All right.
And he knows
All right,
it. That's
no.
why. That's why it's still on his mind. That prime rib place.
You remind me at least like once a month. Source from the sofa, week 2 in the books. Catch us next week for recap and week 3 lines. Don't go anywhere.